Welcome to Backstage Live,
Thank you.
where you can give us all the juicy details that you didn't share upstairs.
Uh-oh. What are we going to talk about?
So much. Actually, let me get my notes, because I have prepared for you, my friend. All right, you see that? Highlighter and all?
My heart's still beating from the performance.
Good.
Walk downstairs.
That's how we want to get you right after the performance, because you're a little off guard. You're still kind of in your emotional state of mind.
In my song right now.
Good.
In my song.
So you just released your second album. Number 1 on iTunes
Songwriters. Yeah, I can't believe it. It went to just number 1 on singer-songwriters for iTunes.
Are you just high on life right now?
Yeah, I'm high. I'm just working hard, to be honest. I'm on tour right now, and a whole national tour. And so I've had 5 shows this week, and it's usually how the weeks go, and I'm just trying to do my best, you know?
So you're touring with John Legend.
I am playing a couple shows with John Legend in a few weeks, but right now I'm headlining right now myself. Yeah.
All right. That's what I'm talking about.
Trying to get out.
Are any concerts in New York?
Yes, I have a big show on this Wednesday. Really glad you asked. The 29th at the Highline Ballroom.
I'm free Wednesday,
You're
actually.
free?
Yes.
Come to the
Oh,
show.
well, if you happen to. Maybe Rick, are you free Wednesday? Rick's.
I'll put you on the list. +1.
Sure.
Not Rick.
Rick is busy. He just, some of us just have so many important things to do. But I want to talk to you about your album. This is a self-titled album. I always thought that a lot of artists name albums after themselves because they can't think of anything better. But I read that that's not the case with you.
No, definitely not. I had around 6 other album names picked out. I just decided to go with my own name. First of all, I always wanted a self-titled album. If I make 10 or 15 in my lifetime, I always wanted one of them to be just my name. But this one I chose because I covered a lot of facets of myself on this album. And I felt like, I feel like it's well-rounded. Why don't I name it after me? So that's why I chose it.
That's right. You are both the creator of the music and the performer, and you play piano. A lot of artists these days, Britney Spears just come to my head, but I'm not singling her out for any reason. But, they don't write their own music. They sing songs that someone else made and that are, performed by machines or by other bands or orchestras or what have you. Do you think that singer-songwriters, because of the fact that they create their own music, are more authentic?
Well, I guess that's hard to say. I mean, I don't want to come across like that. I think there's a lot of authenticity, to just the classic writing of a song and then performing it yourself. And that's what I always want to do. I mean, I think, to each his own. Pop singers, pop stars, that they have their own talents and they have to dance on stage and they have their own, world of obstacles they have to tackle. So, but I like to sit at my instrument and I'll always have a big part of the writing, in my songs, for sure.
It's very true. I mean, it is hard to shake it like Beyonce shakes it. And to sing at the same time, I have to say. I maybe could do it, but anyway. I'm going to be here for Halloween, just a little sneak peek. So I read, I'm going to be Beyonce's Single Ladies, but I have to learn the dance. Anyway, neither here nor there.
We can go to that.
No, let's not. Let's actually not.
It's going to end with you getting off your chair.
I was Whitney Houston last year. I was Whitney Houston from The Bodyguard. Queen of the Night. I have to say, I did it really well. I was every woman. It's all in me.
It's amazing.
Anyway, I'm getting hot. So I read that when you were getting your start in New York, you were working at a clothing store by day, doing the East Village music scene by night, and sneaking into hotels. What?
I couldn't have learned, I think, to play piano. I kind of started late. I started when I was 19 years old. I started playing piano, and I couldn't have learned otherwise. I only had a keyboard in my apartment, so I would go to hotels and to Juilliard. Don't tell Juilliard. Found a way to sneak in there. I think their security's better now. But yeah. Because of me, they found out I was breaking in, and just to get into a grand piano in this city, amidst all the chaos, and work on some early songs of mine was just, it's a really cool memory for me. Even just being in this building, being across the street from the Plaza, which used to be the Plaza Hotel. It's not a hotel anymore, right? It's just apartments. Is it part? You can still stay there? Oh wow. Okay. anyway, it's just takes me down memory lane to be standing right here and think of the plaza and how many times I would go in there and try to teach myself another chord, basically.
How would you even get into these places? I mean, the Plaza Hotel is one of the nicest hotels in New York City. Would you pretend to be like, dressed like a worker or dressed like a guest?
I would dress like a guest. I would come after work and I would bring kind of a fancy blazer or something. And I would kind of walk in and just say hi to the doorman, like, how you doing? Cool. He'd say, how you doing? And I just walked past everybody and I knew where all the pianos were hidden. And I got kicked out probably 40% of the time. I mean, I definitely got kicked out, but I just was persistent, I guess.
So would you find empty rooms with pianos, or would you play kind of like in the wine bar where everyone's, just schmoozing?
Always empty. I didn't want to perform all the songs with my playing yet. I just kind of wanted to work on them. I wanted to be alone, basically.
Do you have a grand piano now?
I have an upright. I have a Yamaha now that I love, a black piano. No, I don't, though. I have a little room for it now, but I haven't upgraded because I have a sentimental relationship with my piano. I've written a lot of songs on it now, so I don't want to just replace it,
That would be wrong.
Maybe I'll have to get another one, so I have two, and they can hang out.
Right. And they can be piano friends, and they can jam.
My eyes are set on a Steinway.
Very nice. So I read that you had an experience where one of your idols rang you personally to say that she couldn't get your songs out of her head. What was that like?
I mean, amazing. And I don't know if she knew or I knew that I'd be talking about it years later, but it was such a pivotal moment in my life for a true legend singer-songwriter like Carly Simon to validate what I was doing early on. I think that so many young musicians need that. And I remember always thinking before I met her, what would it be like to meet someone who's done it? Who's done it all, who's had hit songs, record deals, and contracts. What would it be like? And that's why it was just so surreal and wonderful when she called me. She got my demo and called me.
How did she get your demo?
My manager had sent it out to several people, and he had gotten her address, and he had a connection. She was amazing. She just called, and it was just supportive at a time that I needed it. It was nice.
When you're young in your career, in any career, having someone who's made it, who you look up to, say, you know what, you can do it, is invaluable.
It's so true. That's what it was. That's how I see that the whole time in my life. Yeah, portrayed really well.
So then you went to her house, and you guys rocked out together, I believe.
Yeah, she taught me some things, gave me some songwriting tips, which I'll always remember, and Carly taught me to be more unique with my lyrics. Don't be scared to be unique and to say things that people aren't expecting. That's what makes a great song. That's one of the things that she told me. Yeah, it was a special time.
Did she say that she bet that you thought her song was about you?
No, definitely not. She doesn't talk about that song, nor do I think she should. I like that there's mystery going.
All right. So I was reading that you spent 8 months on tour for your first album. That's a year and a half.
Oh, you said 8 months?
18. I'm sorry, 18. A year and a half. That's insane. I mean, were you just living like a nomad? Did it drive you crazy, or did you love it?
All in the same. I mean, it drove me crazy, but I loved it, and then it would drive me crazy, and I would love it. I mean, a lot of artists have to do that, especially your first couple albums, You just gotta get out there. And with me, I've really enjoyed live performing, and I think it's gonna be a big part of my career, especially, so I just try to buckle in for the long haul when I'm on the road,
So you started out at UNC. That's when you started writing your music. You decided to take some time off and go to LA. I know my parents would have freaked if I said, hey, Mom, Dad, I gotta go pursue my dream. College will always be there. How did you come to that conclusion? How did you get your family to sign on?
You're very right. I think my parents, especially my mom, her first reaction was, oh, you're gonna leave college for a semester? And I told her why, and she's like, okay, I trust you. And she suggested, she's like, maybe you could figure out a way to get some college credit. Maybe could you take one course when you're out there? And I ended up getting an internship at a PR firm, of all things. And that got me 3 hours of credit back at school. So that kind of made my mom happy and made me feel like I was kind of being responsible. But I really just explored the open mic scene in LA and got my first few real gigs and worked on my songs. It was cool. I was glad I did it. And I went back to school. Everybody said I wasn't going to, but I did. I finished up.
So how would you compare the LA music scene to the New York music scene?
Oh my goodness. It's so different, especially back then. It's probably 8 years ago or so. I don't know. Now it's very different. Now, if we're talking real time right now, I feel like the LA scene has really grown again, and it's become, I think, because a lot of the studios are out there. A lot for financial reasons. I think it's so expensive for studio owners in New York to try to hold together a really big professional studio with the rent and the economy. So there's a lot of studios out there now, which brings a lot of the producers, which brings a lot of the musicians. And I love living out there right now. A lot of my friends' contacts are all out there now, so it feels good.
And I was reading that one of your songs on your second album is featured in a trailer of a pretty big movie that's coming out.
Yeah, this was the first for me, definitely. It's a movie called How Do You Know? And I guess Jack Nicholson is in it, Paul Rudd, Reese Witherspoon, and I guess it comes out in December, but it's in the preview. It's the song in the preview. And yeah.
Why did they choose it? Why do you think they chose your song to, represent this movie?
Gosh, God only knows. I don't know. I just was glad they did, and I saw the preview, and it's the first time seeing my song or hearing my voice behind a big movie with big actors, and I was like, okay, I guess it works. I guess it's cool.
Do you remember where you were the first time you saw the trailer on TV?
For the movie?
Yeah.
No, I saw it in the theater because we went to see Eat, Pray, Love. Yeah.
That's when I saw that trailer.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah. And which I never read the book. I never read Eat, Pray, Love. I liked the movie. I liked it because it kind of took me away. I didn't think it was the most amazing movie, but I mean, I really liked it. I thought that it's one of those movies kind of like Da Vinci Code to me, where if you had read the book, I think you could follow along and understand what's happening. But if you didn't read the book, it was a little tricky. But I thought it was good. I really did. I wouldn't give it a bad grade.
I give it a C. For many reasons. Much being, I read the book. The book is a million times better. But really my favorite part of the whole experience was watching the trailer and listening to your song at the beginning. And we'll all enjoy hearing your music for years and years to come. So thank you so much for stopping by. Backstage Live.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks so much. Bye. Yeah.